Hello everyone, this is the Nameless one, and I am here tonight with Argo, Ellis, Paige, Moop, Hax, Sim, and Petrol will be joining us in a little bit. And we are going to go ahead and continue with the Peacemakers, the Lost Memories campaign. I can't speak.
I know a good
Smooth.
chunk of us are in both campaigns, but still.
Yes.
So,
Who's doing the recap?
I think I want let's have Paige do the recap.
Okay. Last session, we finally got to. What's it mean now? Anyways, we got to Earth or Unicorn Village. That's extremely racist.
The
place is
monastery.
It was a bit more than just a village.
Okay, the Unicorn City.
It's the ruins of Van Hoover.
Okay, we got to Vancouver finally. Spent a little bit of time around the city. Finally got around to watching one of the memory stones, which was Nisa's father showing himself to be a necromancer. Proceeded to blow a Pegasus's mind about the fact that a lot of the stuff in the wasteland is true that they thought was false.
Yes.
We finished off the session by enrolling Nisa into the arena.
You also skipped over all the racism, but that was the thing that happened.
Yeah. We enrolled Nisa into the tournament, and she managed to win up to the champions fight. Once the champions fight was over, she got kidnapped.
And we're just going to pick up right after that happened.
Yeah.
We are all dying inside.
Because now we are confused and don't know what this is.
So, for the party that is not Nisa, what do?
Well, we're going to figure out where she was taken for the first thing.
For the most part, the area you guys are in, the actual...
the arena, right?
Yeah.
Weren't we in the stands of the arena?
Most of the people are just kind of filtering out.
I would try to get us to start moving towards the barracks of it, considering...
Well, don't we want to try and find that mysterious unicorn that gave us the big sack of money for a reason that we don't know, that just teleported away?
It was clearly for Nisa. That big sack of money was clearly for Nisa. We gotta find that bitch and murder him.
Something like that. We have to find where that unicorn went. Is essentially what we have to do.
I'm just gonna make the comment: we don't know that she was kidnapped yet.
Yes.
So then, should our first move be to
go to the barracks, try to get our
right.
champion back?
Yeah.
Well, she didn't win, if we remember.
Okay, our fighter back.
Yes.
Our fighter who technically should have been killed because the last round was supposed to be to the death, but you were happy that she wasn't killed. We just don't know why. But
Yes.
yes, let's go to wherever wherever they would be being kept and try and get our Zeeb back.
Yes.
It is
And
in.
maybe bring some of those health potions that we bought.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get those health
You
potions
actually
back.
do not have those health potions.
Aha.
Yeah, those were bought for Nassau, so they're most likely just.
They were with Nasa.
Yeah.
So, you guys are gonna try and find where the fighters stay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so after a bit of looking around, you come to a sizable, what appears to be barracks, but with prison doors. What do?
Hmm.
You don't really see many people out and about here.
Well, Slashing, you're the one who was posing as the slave owner, so you go first.
I look for someone who looks like they work for the arena.
So after a bit of looking around, you find a unicorn sitting in a corner asleep.
Hello.
You get a snore in response.
I give him a poke. Give them a poke.
So he snorts and opens one eye and looks at you and asks, "What do you want?"
Trying to retrieve my combatant.
Which one?
The Nisa, the zebra.
He grumbles around and opens the book, flipping through the pages. And after a couple minutes, he says, "Don't have anyone by that name here."
What? They took on the champion.
He shrugs and shows you a list of names, none of which are what you were looking for.
What happened to her?
The zebra that lost in the final round. Where is she?
He shrugs and says, "I'm not paid enough to care about that. I just make sure they don't get out of their boxes whenever they're here."
Angry say.
Well, I mean, could you take us to where they're kept?
He stands up, walks 5 feet, opens a door, and points. You see a fairly bare cell. Nobody's in this one at the moment.
Are there more, or is there just the one?
He face hoofs and gestures broadly at the rows of cells that you guys walked past, that I mentioned.
He goes ahead and looks through the cells, trying to find the one that would have been Nisa's.
So there isn't actually one that was for Nasa since you had Nasa with you.
Okay.
What about the other zebra?
So are you going to ask if they're here?
The other zebra's still here?
Yes.
He grunts and then starts flipping through the book and says, "No zebras here."
Are they just kept in a different place in general? Where would they put the champion?
What about the thing that they disappeared from the arena in after the fight was over? Where does that lead?
So, if you remember, you just saw them get dragged off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm asking where they got dragged off to.
So he shrugs and says, "Who knows? All I know is that somebody walks the champion here, and then they leave. Normally they just leave with the champion, but apparently yours was worth taking."
Okay, did you see any zebras go through here?
He gives an exasperated sigh and says, "No, if I had, I would have told you to get you to go away by now."
Well, do you have any idea as to where they go with the champion?
He shrugs and says, "Rumor has it that he lives in the tower, but nobody lives in there."
Well, it sounds like that's probably our best place to go start looking.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys heading out to the tower? Or are you going
Yeah.
to make any stops in between?
I mean, it is our only lead.
Unless anyone has any objections, I think we are going to the tower.
Okay. Just a tidbit for Nassau. You are currently bound and have a bag over your head and being led somewhere.
Very good to know.
But for the rest of the party, it's not that hard to find literally the only 2 towers in the city. Which one are you going to attempt investigating first?
Well, he said the tower, so I'm assuming the big one.
So the big one in the center of the city?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he said that nobody lives in the tower, and, well, we know that Blue Blood lives in the other tower, so...
Okay. So you guys get to the base of the tower, and there's a fairly intimidatingly large pair of solid metal doors at the base. Otherwise, it is almost entirely featureless and abnormally smooth. And in really good condition, all things considered.
I don't like how this place is smooth.
It shouldn't be like...
Red flag after red flag. This ain't right.
May I inquire as to what type of material the tower is built out of?
It seems to be some sort of marble or something of that type.
Well, if it was put together right, marble can be really smooth, so...
And I'll make the comment to magically formed marble on top of that.
Yeah, that's true. But...
Mm-hmm.
Let's just see if we can get through this.
So what do?
Knock on the very smooth doorway.
You use your words, Paige.
Yes.
So you knock on the big metal door, and you hear sounds of Paige knocking on big metal door. Nothing happens.
I'm going to look around and see if I can identify anything that might be some kind of mechanism to, like, control the door or, like, notify someone inside that we're here.
This place is run by unicorns. It's probably used and controlled by magic.
So
Very true.
what do?
Well, if there is something that's used and controlled by magic, we first have to find it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also trying not to get myself kicked out of the city by using magic to break into a clearly very important building.
I assume that I would make a perception check to try and identify such a thing.
Yes.
That's a pass
Yes.
by 6.
You're looking at a metal door in a tower.
Aha. Helpful.
Yes. The non-magical person is looking for things. Magical.
How about I do it? Let's see. No, I do not. Say's angry.
Here.
Slashing, you want to give it a shot?
I will attempt to find a magic thing. And what is that against? Just perception?
Yes. If you were doing the look, then it would be...
Succeed by 4.
So, you don't see anything that looks majorly magical. Besides, very smooth, no like, the tower has no, like, obvious, like, grooves or anything, or grooves, I'm trying to think. Seams, there we go, that's the word I'm looking for. Where you would normally have stones stuck together. But other than that, it looks like stone tower with metal door.
I'm gonna...
Beige.
Yes.
Roll thermology.
Okay. Thermology. Succeed by 5.
So, going to point out a fairly obvious flaw with what you guys were doing. Most magical towers, especially if you don't want people in them, their power sources are inside, not hanging on the front door for people to smash.
That would be painful.
I will note that what I was looking for was effectively a knocker, not a power source, but we still found nothing.
Yes, there is no obvious knocker. There are door handles. The doors you haven't tried to open yet.
Attempts to open the door.
Roll strength.
Yeah. Nope.
No. Even I know that is a no.
Maybe try telekinesis slashing?
I attempt to open the door with my magic.
I just imagine slashing, like, wrapping hooves around the handle, putting both hooves against the door, and then trying to yank the handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that a pass?
That would be a pass. My intelligence.
By how much?
It would succeed by 5.
Okay. You are able to, with some effort, open the said door. It is fairly obvious, though, that this is not a door that people would just go casually opening, just because of how difficult it is.
Yeah.
So what did I miss?
They opened a door.
Exactly.
No, seriously, what did I miss?
They opened a door. That's about as far as we've gotten so far.
Well, okay. We looked for Nassau around the arena. And we found no signs of Nassau, and we got pointed kind of vaguely in the direction of this place.
So what I'm hearing is I missed literally nothing of importance. Right.
Yes, we are at the big
what I just
tower.
said.
We are at the big tower, and we opened a door. That's about all that's happened.
As said earlier, we opened a door.
Yes.
And he thought I was lying.
I want to
No,
imagine
I
I
thought you were
like
oversimplifying it.
snapped out of poo brain and just started looking around like, what did I miss? I'd be like, we opened a door.
The funniest part is, I'm going to be a bit weird this session because I've gone about 36 hours with no sleep, and I'm caffeinated. So,
Good
This will
job.
be interesting.
let's go!
You need sleep, bruh. But after
No,
this,
I don't.
What is this sleep, and why
So-
would someone need it?
Caffeine says no.
Next,
let's move on.
So, you guys open the door, and it is dark inside. Spoopy.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I'm gonna
Clearly.
glance around behind us and try and see how many ponies and various other creatures just saw us open the door.
Roll perception.
That is a pass by 7?
You don't see anybody.
Oh, well, that's good.
good thing we still got the torches.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Kasei is going to totally bring up a fireball and hold it.
Please do
Not
not.
again.
Please do
Please,
not
no.
explode.
I know. That is why I said.
If you're going to explode, at least do it away from the rest of the party. Come on.
Mostly from the rest of you guys.
So, you guys gonna activate the torches?
Sounds
Yeah.
like a reasonable plan.
They do a pretty good job of lighting up the area. You know, magic torch does torch things.
Torch does torch things.
Yeah.
So,
Torch is a torch. Who would have guessed?
I'm just imagining Torch the
A
old
torch,
dragon
a torch,
lord.
and a torch.
once
Prestige.
inside, the door slams shut.
I
I push on the door a little bit.
You know, being a big heavy metal door, gently pushing on the door doesn't do much.
I think you need.
I have to do a bit more than that.
I heard little bit, which normally means not pushing hard.
Okay. Attempts to push the door using my telekinesis to see if it will stop from opening again. They succeed by 1.
Door does not open.
Okay.
Well, that's.
I think
don't
we have
like-
to walk further into this place.
I suddenly don't like this anymore.
Everybody roll a perception check. Except for Nasa.
That is a pass by 4.
Same.
Somehow pass by 5.
Why do the dice suddenly like me today? They've never liked me before. Why
I
Why
passed
now?
by 1.
Don't question it. That's
Yes.
how the dice starts to hate you.
Yeah, my desk is made of wood. I
So-
have already knocked.
So, you guys start hearing hissing whispers and seeing things moving along just outside in the darkness.
I don't like this.
Proceeds to
Kasei
walk
is going
forward.
in sneak mode.
Okay, apparently we're going further in. Alright.
Yeah, good job,
Sure.
you suck at stealth. Unless your stealth skill is better than that. Because,
No, I failed by 1.
yeah, you suck at stealth. So, while Sai does Crunk impressions, what is everybody else going to do?
Proceeds to walk further into the building that we're now locked into.
So, after several minutes of walking, you guys come to a portcullis that opens into, right now it's closed, but it goes into a much larger room. And everybody roll perception again.
Wait, hang on a second.
Again.
How long have we been walking for? How big was this tower from the outside?
Took you like
Tower
30
was
seconds.
big enough.
I passed by 2.
I didn't say you were walking straight either, though.
I failed by 1.
Okay, I passed by 1.
Just like how I'd pass my real life perception checks with a fail.
I passed by 6. So
So
Right.
everybody that passed you see Nasa being led by nothing in particular.
Interesting.
Huh?
Oh, of course.
Well, yeah, sure. That makes about as much sense as everything else in here.
So
Mhm.
for this next part, we're going to switch over to Nasa, and the rest of the party can't say anything, can't message her, no nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Spams and DMs in all caps.
No.
So
Petrol, go.
for Nasa, you have,
Okay.
as you are led to a halt, a unseen thing removes the potato sack on your head. Yes, return of the potato sack. But
Okay.
the potato sack is removed from your head, and at first it's just kind of dark, but then something in front of you moves as lights flicker to life around the room, but somehow they only make the spot in front of you darker as an entity starts to move and shifts and says, "Well, hello there. I've been waiting a really, really long time to meet you."
Uh, and you are who?
He, well, it's a masculine voice, but you can't really tell what it was meant to be because it seems somewhat amorphous in form, as it waves an appendage of some sort, dismissively says, "Well, we'll get to names later. First, though, I have an offer for you." As it leans closer, you see dozens of red eyes open up along one side of its body. And it leans forward. It's like, "I believe you're searching for several people. Am I wrong?"
Depends. Who are you talking about? And why do you want to know?
He leans in closer and whispers into your ear the names of your family.
Depends. Who wants to know?
He gestures and says, "An old friend of your mother's."
That doesn't narrow it down at all. Like, she knew so many different zebras. She probably talked to at least one or two spirits. Maybe, I'm not sure. So I have no idea. Who are you?
He chuckles and says, "You wouldn't know me. By the time she met me, you were already gone."
Oh.
Poor thing was absolutely desperate.
So you better not have hurt her?
Oh no, not at all. In fact, I attempted to help her. It went poorly because of her own decisions, though. He, you see the appendages move upwards in a somewhat defensive stance and says, "To no fault of my own. She ran afoul of the same pony that put me in here." And he gestures as the shadow cloud kind of dissipates just enough for you to see large iron spikes had been driven through whatever this thing was, as well as a number of chains attached to them holding him in place. He grunts and says, "Admittedly not my finest moment, but considering how many people he took in and completely fooled, it is understandable that both she and I fell to his poisoned tongue." And you can hear a strained sort of attempt to keep his cool as he's talking about this.
And who is the poison speaker?
He heaves a heavy sigh and says, as much as I would love to divulge his name, the purviews of my contract prevent it. However, he straightens up a bit and leans back in towards you and says, I can offer you a deal that would be beneficial to the both of us. And
I don't make deals without my local shaman. Sorry.
He gestures and says, oh, but you want to find your family, don't you? And for me, it's just a fairly simple request. And with deals like that, I can tell you not only whether or not they are alive, but where to find them and how. And to spice it just a bit, I can even provide you some means for one of them. And
this is not an acceptance, however, I wish to know what are the terms.
I mean, it's simple. All you have to do is free me. And he gestures at the spikes that are driven through his body. A total of 7 of them.
Why does this remind me of some weird Sinclair tales?
He shrugs and he says, by freeing me, all you do is make this whole situation a lot less painful for me and gives you both the means and the information necessary to find your family.
Why do you need me to free you?
Because I am a maker of deals, and when a deal is made, I cannot go back on it. And the poison-tongued one definitely made a deal that made my escape impossible. And then he used me as a battery. I mean, who does that to a contractor? He gestures at the tower and says, I have been sitting here for who knows how long, haven't even been able to really go outside. You know how miserable that is? I mean, you were in cryo sleep, but I was awake for all of it. I'm just glad that they started ignoring the shield that I was powering. It's been, 300 years since the last shot was fired at it?
Wait, what shield are you powering?
Oh, the fancy one that he engineered over this city.
Wait, over Vancouver or a different city?
Vancouver.
There's a shield over Canterlot. Okay, Vancouver.
Oh no, I have nothing to do with the one over Canterlot. That was someone else.
So, someone else is powering that shield?
He nods and says, I'm fairly certain you've met him. Not exactly the most talkative one, but he is, he's not very personable, actually.
Wait, that, patrolling robot one? Or is it a different one?
I wouldn't call him a robot. He's more of a skeleton. And a powerful mage at that. In fact, probably one of the last of his kind.
What was his name? Because we never actually got his name.
I never got it either. He refused to tell me.
Hmm.
And even my information can't contend with his defenses. Besides, pissing off one such as him when they were as paranoid as he was not a recipe for a very fun time.
So why are you trapped in this place anyway? Why is it you, as opposed to anyone else?
Because I offered something the poison-tongued one wanted, and apparently was outlawyered at my own contract making.
Can you understand why I have an issue with the contract you're trying to propose to me when you're telling me about the contract you just got cheated out of? Like, I don't know if you know this, but like, that sounds like very suspicious to me. Like, I might then get screwed by you.
See, I have nothing to continue with you. I just want out so that I may collect on the end that is owed to me.
What is owed to you?
See, I can't just be spilling all of the contract information for someone else's contract. That's against
Those
the
are
rules.
the important parts. Like, you asked me to do these things, and I don't know the consequences. Like, what am I supposed to do?
I mean, I've told you before. All that you have to do is free me. I will go about my business and give you the information to go about yours.
But what is your business?
My business is with the poison-tongued one.
Are you going to, like, try to kill him? Are you going to try to fight him?
He has
See-
something of mine that I would love to take back. However, given the current contractual obligations, I can only break that with another contract. And like I said, I have no other business with you, and thus for once, you have no strings attached. You have me at a bit of a disadvantage. I have information you want, but you have freedom to step away where I can't move. And he gestures at the spikes once again.
Well, I feel like we're kind of dancing around the point. I'm trying to find out if you're evil and if you're going to do bad things. And I feel like we're both trying to dance around this.
I mean, evil's a subjective term. Most
Okay,
of the
so
time.
if I ask you if you're evil and you start going like, "Oh, evil's such a suggestive term," what do you? That is not the response. That gives me more. I don't know if you understand.
Like I said before, I fulfill contracts. I don't have any qualms with who I take contracts with. What they do
This is
with
so shady.
my power is not necessarily something I care about, as long as it benefits me as well as them.
Hold on, are you a zebra or were you a zebra at one point? Because I feel like you would know a lot more about how these contracts are and why I would be so terrified to try to take up a contract if you knew that.
Where I am,
Spirit contracts are really fun.
where I've never been a zebra, I do know what contracts you're speaking of, and those were made by amateurs.
So you understand why this is so concerning for me. All of the things that those spirits can do. Like,
I can promise you this, though. With the kind of being that I am, I do not lie. Half-truths, maybe, but I do not lie. And believe me when I say, when our contract is finished, when you get your information and I get my freedom, that is all that is attached. No strings, no extras. Your contract with me will be done, and I will be on my way, with you getting the information that you seek, as well as means to approach one of the interests in the contract.
God, you're so dramatic. Just, I need to know. Like, are you going to do evil stuff? Are you going to, like, commit a genocide or something? Like, you're going to go like, oh, I don't like that village. I'm just going to blow it up now. Are you going to be, like, some big bad in the end after you kill the poison spitter? Like, there's so many things I need to know. It's very conditional.
He snorts and says, genocide is for destroyers. I'm a deal maker. Destroyers
Oh, so you're going
monsters.
to try to convince a whole group to go into, like, slavery or something? Like, these are things we got to work out. I don't know about you, but I don't like making contracts with terms when the terms are all, like, vague and ambiguous. Like these things you got to know, you know. Don't want to get through a loophole and then it's like, oh no, we accidentally got this entire race into slavery. Like these things are very concerning.
You can hear the exasperation in his voice as he says, "Why would I care about races and slavery?"
Okay, so I don't know if you know the point, but it's like I want to make sure you're not gonna do something like really bad. It's not necessarily that one, but maybe you could do a really bad thing to someone else or like an entire group. Like I don't know. Are you going to hurt my friends? Are you going to like hurt people that I might care about? Are you going to do like evil things? These things concern me.
He sighs and says, Your definition of evil things encompasses a very large number of things that are very
Then what
vaguely..."
is your definition of evil?
He shrugs and says, "Why does it matter? I get what I want, you get what you want. I don't have to sit here for another millennia or more, or however long it's been." He then gestures and says, "I'm sure you've heard of many different deal makers throughout your time as a zebra, however long that's been. But I am not one of your average spirits." And his appendages move in such a way that kind of just screams air quotes. He said,
Wait, so if you're not a spirit, then like, should I have my mask on? Like, I don't know all of the stuff with shamanism, but I thought I was supposed to wear a mask for this. God, I wish I had that rule book on me or something. That'll make this so much easier.
He chuckles and says, "Spirits don't necessarily need masks. It's just meanings and things that you mortals assign to it." Now, would you kindly do me the favor of asking what you want, information-wise, in a concise way that does not require me to decipher all of the things you are saying run together? I am not a terribly patient individual.
Alright, so hold on. You are going to deal with the poison spitter, or whoever that is. I don't really care about that person. What are you going to do outside of that? Because you say you have means to do things.
He nods and says, "Yes, after my business with him is finished, I have quite a bit of observation to do. The world has changed in a great many ways, and while proxies are nice, it doesn't give you the full picture. Right now,
So is it just observation?
Right now, I do not know enough about the environment outside to be making willy-nilly deals, because certain individuals I underestimated, and I would rather not end up in this situation again."
How about this? If I make this deal, you get to deal with the poison spitter, and then only you get to do your observation, whatever that entails, meaning you can go around, you can walk, you can see, you can observe, maybe talk to individuals, maybe that can be okay. But you can't harm others directly.
He chuckles and says, "The only time I harm people directly is when they break deals. Like I said, I am a deal maker. I am good for my word, and only ever directly interact with others when it comes to making and collecting on my deals."
So, if I were to release you, you deal with the poison spitter, then you go around, you can possibly make deals, but from there, it is nothing like direct harm. You're not going to like talk to someone and say like, hey, can you go like kill that other person or something? Like, I need to make sure because this kind of deal is very important.
He sighs and says, "What kind of amateur do you take me for?"
Yes, and I suppose that you're treating me like an amateur, which is why I'm trying to make sure that we work out the details. You want what you want, I want what I want.
He looks at you and says, "You are getting one of the most see-through deals I have ever offered. In fact, there was one time I offered a deal as ambiguous as it could get, and they still took it. But you are getting one of the most cut and dry deals I have ever offered, and you're still questioning it."
Yes, do you see my stripes? Do you know how all of the zebra stuff happens? There's so many Zangori stories about zebras getting hurt and even stuff that passes over to us. I feel like you'd understand why I'm so apprehensive about making deals, right?
At some point, though, apprehension turns to paranoia.
Okay, hold on. I will be very clear. So, if I accept this deal, it means that you tell me the information. We have already discussed what the information entails. Then, you get to deal with the poison spitter, and then from there, you are free to observe and make deals only. Is that correct?
Make deals, and I will say there are
You can
some...
collect on deals or do what needs to be done for those that break deals.
Yes.
All of those things together.
So,
Are we both clear?
I mean, you outlined exactly what I planned to do anyways.
Okay. I wanted to make sure everything was fine. Okay. Then, under those circumstances that I have outlined, just then, we are both in agreement. Is this deal good?
He grins, and you can see the toothy grin in the darkness as a appendage reaches forward and shapes into a clawed hand and says, "All we need to do now is shake on it to seal it."
Hey, hold on. Show me your back. I want to make sure you're not crossing your fingers or something. I don't know. I heard from someone that that was a way that people try to get around deals.
He face palms and says, "I just told you that I do not deal in lies, and that would be a lie."
I offer the hoof.
And he grasps your hoof in the clawed hand and shakes and says, "Now, to see to this.
How do I release you?
For the rest of the party, the portcullis raises and you are allowed into the room." And he says, "By the way, I did know that you were there the whole time."
Oh, okay. Hi.
Nissa!
You made a deal with a being that knew about you beforehand.
Okay, so listen. If you understood anything that just happened, you would know that I did everything with proper precautions, and by my stripes, I have done every precaution that I needed to make sure that I wasn't getting screwed by the deal.
Did you ask how they knew about you? And why they had to deal with you specifically?
He chuckles and says, "If you had been paying attention, you would know that I knew her mother."
Yes.
Yes.
We'll put that together.
But
Spike stuff.
Sai's gonna go run up to the sun hugger.
I'm not quite sure that narrows it down very much.
Also, just for future reference, just for future reference, this character's name is. We'll get to names later.
He groans and says, Well, this was a touching reunion. Could we please get on with your side of the deal?
Right, how do I release you again? You said it has to do with the spikes. In
They must
addition
be
to the
removed.
actual... Right, so I guess I'm going to go up and try to remove the spikes?
Okay, so roll strength.
Oh gosh. I pass.
So, as you pull out this spike, you hear the sound that sounds like the grating of metal on bone as the entity lets out a shriek of pain and contorts wildly.
That's interesting.
He's doubled over as it drops to the ground, and panting, he says, "Now on to the next."
Oh gosh.
So go ahead and roll in quick succession. Party is welcome to help.
I did not pass that one.
So I will do the help.
I will
Yes,
also
please.
note that the spikes have
I
small
pass.
barbs in them, and that's why it's difficult to remove them. So
I'm still too scared to enter the room. I'm kind of just standing in the
So I fails by 1.
I only passed one of those.
So we've
I
removed
pass.
3.
What's going to happen to the shield of this town once we free you?
Hey, I get the next one.
This town was terrible to me. I don't care if the shield goes down.
So
And by the way, I'm using telekinesis, not my strength.
Okay, I've passed my final strength check.
Also,
Cameo,
Nasar,
did that one
could you
pass?
care to repeat that previous line?
What about how the town treated me so poorly?
No, you don't care if what?
I don't care if this town has anything. I don't care if the shield goes down on this town.
Okay, like
Cameo, shut up.
out of her.
Cameo, was that a pass?
It ever
Okay.
wasn't. Okay, I was gonna say I'll go
thought
out of
you
character. I legitimately thought you said Vigil was going down. Like you don't care if Vigil goes down. Like what the
I
fuck?
thought you had
I couldn't.
increased
Well, I
strength.
was about
Down.
I
Anyways.
use my telekinesis to attempt to pull out one of the barbs.
I thought you had increased strength as a dragon.
That's what I thought.
I
Makes
to pull
sense.
one out.
Apparently not. I've been rolling with 10 strength. Apparently.
That
Okay.
seems incorrect, but
That-
sure.
That should be all of them. And so
I got it this time, though.
the creature, as you finish freeing it, begins to contort and writhe until it condenses into a tall humanoid figure. And he brushes off a fairly smartly dressed suit and bows and says, "Thank you. Now, for my end. I regret to inform you that your mother passed with the first of the weapons dropped by, I believe they called them the Free Pony Coalition."
Unfortunate.
However, you are actually headed in the direction to meet your father. I would suggest continuing to gather the amulets that you had planned to bring with you to survive the conditions there. And as to your little sister, she is in the Zebra Lands.
Oh, for real? Oh, so
He nods.
I don't actually know if that's that hard to get to, so long as we have a boat or something.
He taps you on the nose and says, "See, that is the hard part.
Oh, getting the boat is the hard part.
You will need to travel south to the homeland, the coast where the homeland of the hippogriffs are. There you will find a ship that will take you to the Zebra Lands." And
It's a hippogriff.
he raises a hand, and in his palm, a miniature version of a hippogriff manifests, and says, "They looked like this. If they're still alive, I don't know. If they aren't, then easier for you. If they are, good luck. I don't know how they feel after so many years of animosity."
That sounds concerning.
He shrugs and says, "It is no longer my problem. We have both completed our sides of the deal, and I wish you good luck in finding your family. If you would like, though, I can provide you a generalized relocation of the facility your mother's body is in."
That actually would be good, thank you. I would appreciate that.
So he manifests essentially an illusion of the map, and not far from where you guys had first run into radiation, a small point of light appears. It's pretty close to the mountains, though, where you guys were farther towards the south. It was more up north, but it was like right on the edge of where the radiation had started. And he says, "It should be somewhere in that area."
Did you write that down?
It's a lot more difficult to locate things with the changes when you've had to see through the eyes of others.
That sounds very ominous. What kind of spirit are you?
He says, he shrugs and says, "Not one you would be familiar with." But he gives you a dramatic bow and says, "By the way, since I know your name, I might as well give you the one that most know me by. My name is Saragus, and it was a pleasure doing business with you." And with that, he vanishes.
I think that was the spirit of drama.
As soon as he mentioned, Nameless described him changing into and then I was like, I knew who this is.
I don't know. This is my first time legitimately seeing him.
This is my second time. Different characters.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I figured that Nameless. I figured out who that was like earlier on. I was just trying to find the name.
I have no idea who that is. All I know was that. Okay, so it's not just me. When I ask, "Are you evil?" and then the person goes, "Oh, evil is so subjective." No, that is like a legitimately like a red flag, right?
Technically speaking, that his alignment is closer to neutral evil at worst, because he's more of a tool for those who make the deals. If he does something evil,
it's a lawful neutral.
I'm suddenly, somewhat less concerned about it, knowing now that it's Saragus. But
okay,
that's just out of character, less concerned.
Listen, you all understand why I was concerned, right?
Yes, absolutely. I was afraid that you were making a deal with like fucking, Lucifer or some shit.
I don't know who that is.
Never mind. Out of this, we should get out of this place.
Oh yeah, probably. We know where my father is, and we know where my sister is. And unfortunately, we have to go to father first. Although I would like to go to the party of my mother. Hopefully, get something from there. Something to remember her by.
So.
But afterwards, is it okay if we go to the Zipperlands?
It's the direction that we should head eventually anyways.
After we head to the radiation area, we can head to the Zebralands. Is everyone okay with that?
Yeah.
I think that on our way there. Wait. Zebralands are east from Equestria, right?
Yes, but your boat is
Actually,
at the
to the
very
west.
tip of Equestria. Because I
Okay,
believe
technically to the west.
Okay,
that
well,
at the end of Equestria is like the end of that continent still Equestria, Badlands, Kluger, I forget the name of it.
Yushtan.
Yeah, that one. Like all of that is still technically part of Equestria.
Yeah, but you have to go south.
Yes, you guys are going to have to go very south.
Okay.
We will need something to help us get through the desert, though.
Yes.
I'm not hungry.
Are we still going to go to Manhattan? Because that was where we were trying to go. The whole reason why we were trying to go into the radiation to begin with was to get to the place where we could get data shard to get into Manhattan, because fetch west.
Do we have to go to Manhattan? What was there again? I don't even remember.
Potentially answers?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a legitimate question. What is more important? Us getting some answers or us saving my sister?
It depends on who
Yes.
you talk to.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're making
Depends on how urgent either of those goals are.
Yeah, because Manhattan has potential answers relating to the war, the god engines, and everything about how the wasteland ended up a wasteland.
But the potential of finding out why we were Karajan.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's more important than my sister to me. I don't know about you all, but like, there's a living, breathing zebra that I would like to save. That seems like it has more of a timer to it.
I also
But there's a thing about that. We
Side-
don't know
some
your
she's in
sister.
danger.
Yeah. We know she's in the Zebralands, but we don't know if she's in danger in the Zebralands. For all we know, she could be safe. We don't know what's truly going on in there. And sure, it could be a hellhole, but just like Equestria, there could be parts of peace, and she could be in a part of peace. We
How
don't
far?
know.
How far away are the Zebralands from the Dragon Badlands?
Wait, the Dragon Badlands? Oh, the Badlands are to the east.
They are on opposite sides of the globe.
Okay then, so we can't kill two birds with one stone.
No, they're exactly opposite.
Not to mention that if you want to give Sai something for, like, checking their homeland, you have to go north.
Yeah.
North is a bad.
We're all over the place.
North is a bad.
But what I will say is that if your sister's in the zebra lands, I mean, not much is really known, but
well, not much is known to us.
There's, I mean, rumors say there's something of an undead problem there.
Oh well, our accounts were just rumors, and yet look what we saw.
Yeah.
Somebody's now inclined to believe more rumors.
Yes.
I'm going to be real. I don't know if I really care about an undead issue. I'd rather kind of go save my sister. Like, we can kill, like, undead. Like, that's a thing we can do, I think.
Well, but the rumors say that once any pony steps foot in the zebra lands,
what is a foot?
Fine, step hoof in the zebra lands, it is only a matter of time until you will fall to the plague.
Wait, what the fuck? What plague? This was not mentioned. What? Hold on. Hey.
It's like vague rumors and scattered points from all over the place, but something undead menace, something virulent plague, something you step hoof there, you will fall to it.
Okay, so I don't know about you, but I think it is a good thing when somebody is saying, like, some creature is saying, like, oh, there's some, like, plague in this area, and, like, there's some, like, bad things. And it's like, oh, can I ask some clarifying questions? Like, what is going on there? What is this plague? Like, I don't know about you, but that's, like, a perfectly reasonable thing to do to me.
I'm, like, backing up, intimidated at this point. All I know is, like, small fragments and rumors. No pony goes there. Or at the very least, no pony who goes there
I'm
comes
not a
back
pony.
alive.
I'm going there. Great, I'm not a pony. I'm a zebra. There's a difference. Great.
That's not my point,
Cat my hooves together. It's all set. We can go.
That's not my point. That's not my point. The point is, I don't have clarification for you. All I have is the small rumors that are known throughout the wastelands. Which is not much.
Nassar, so she might be alive, but who's to say undead isn't alive? If there's a quote-unquote undead problem there.
Okay, I don't know if, like, this is how it works in Bonish, but, like, undead, alive, they seem like kind of different things. Like,
but they're not technically dead. That's the thing. They're not technically dead.
They're not technically dead, but they're not alive.
Would you
That's
describe?
why you're undead, right? Am I mistaken? Does the logic not connect? I am so confused.
I can see what you're saying, but if according to Glinka there's an undead problem there, and we don't know the true fate. Do you see where I'm going with this, Nassar?
How about this? We can decide
I hate to cut in
after
here,
we...
but I also want to point out you don't know how long she's been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's alive too, from what you've been told, which means either she's been in a cryopod this whole time, which doesn't seem terribly likely if you think about it. Why would the FPC have cryopods on another continent?
Or the undead, which can last pretty much eternally.
Listen, all I am saying is that, how about this? We go and see my father. He unfortunately knows quite a bit about undead, and we can confront him there, and we can find out what's going on in the Superlands. And then we can make the decision. Is that all fair?
Yes, but
given that going to Rosso is the same direction we were going anyways, and there's a better chance of him knowing something about it than any of the rest of us, I would say that not making that determination before going to see him is a...
Which is what I am saying. We can go there. So we go to Rosso, figure out what's going on, kick his butt if he's being bad, and then get information, then find out then if we go.
Nassar, Nassar, are you prepared for what you might see though? No, we can still go, but...
I am not prepared, and neither are any of you. No?
Yes,
but
you less so because, well, it's your homeland.
And I don't think all of you were, like, prepared to see how ruined this place was. For those of you that were in cryopods, of course. No offense to
Clinker. We weren't, but we were sort of...
Okay, I know. It's a mess.
We weren't going based off rumors of undead and death and destruction. We just saw them immediately. We didn't have any worries initially. We just existed there.
Listen, we're already headed to Rosso. We can make the decision there. Discussion over.
As I'm saying, I'm not stopping you.
Discussion over.
Okay.
We're not talking about it.
Vigil, it's clear that this is important to Nassar.
I understand that it is. I'm not trying to stop her or any of us from going there. I'm merely making sure she's prepared for what she might find over there.
I can literally still hear you, and I said that the conversation was over. I start storming down. I start looking for a way to get out of the tower.
No, it's over this way. Or at least I'm assuming we're able to exit the way we entered it now.
Yes.
I followed stuff.
So, when you guys get outside, you do see that there is still a shimmer from the barrier. So, it hasn't gone completely down, but Paige, roll thermology.
I'm assuming it's now a lot weaker.
No, it is amazing that they don't care.
I succeed by 8.
With the information that you learned, more than likely, it's not going. If either of the two that bombarded you in Canterlot decided to come here, they would flatten this place.
Okay. I guess we probably should go ahead and find people selling the amulets to allow us to walk through radiation.
Yep, that is all.
I guess.
So you're gonna go back to the general store?
I doubt he wants to see us ever again.
We do need to go
I
get
don't
the
know.
other ambulance.
Sudden though.
Retry.
So I'm assuming he did. Or last time I remember, he only had 3 of them.
Well, I mean,
3 is better than 0.
Not fair.
actually, Fair is here for once.
Shut up.
So, is that where you guys are headed?
I'm assuming so.
Might as well.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yes.
You guys get to the shop, and he looks at you and says, "Ah, I was figuring you'd be back. I have something for you." And he pulls out a box, and inside are 7 of the amulets you guys had been looking for. He says, "I was able to talk to a few people and find these."
Well, thank you.
Yes, they were a bit pricey, so same price applies.
Hands over our winnings from the Saz fights.
He takes a minute to count through it before saying, "Well, it's all there," and slides the box to you and says, "I don't know how much of what you guys said was true or not, but I feel like you guys are in for quite a bit, so I wish you luck, whatever small amount that is worth." And he tips his hat and says, "I hope you survive wherever you're headed."
Thank you. And by the way, that
We'll try.
barrier, that shield barrier thing that surrounds this place,
I
probably
cover
gonna pierce
Nasa's mouth, my hoof, and start to drag her back before she can finish that statement.
You might want to leave the city eventually. That's all I'll
We
say.
don't want to cause
Mm.
mass panic, Nasa.
Mm.
But, yes, the unicorn's right. Leaving may be a good idea at some point.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, personally, I would recommend trying to make your way back to the mechanists. I'm sure they would love to have you back.
He shrugs and says, "I'm sure I can work something out." And shoos you guys away.
Once we get outside of the store, I release my hoof from Nasa's mouth.
What? I was only trying to help him.
We don't need to cause panic.
Okay, there's helping, and then there's telling them what happened.
Yeah, we helped, but we didn't cause panic.
Fine.
Okay.
I literally don't care about this place.
I step away from everyone else.
Moop, you okay there? Moop? Moop?
Apparently not. Fire sneeze.
Yes, so dragon is exploding.
It's better than me exploding.
Right. Well, this is a thing now.
Sorry. Okay, that one didn't have fire. Okay. Ooh.
I am backing up. Please do not sneeze fire into me.
No, don't worry, don't worry. I know when to back up. I can feel the sneeze coming.
So,
Okay.
Either way, we should go ahead and get out of the city.
I vote for leaving the city as quickly as we possibly can.
Yes.
Seems like a wise idea.
Because who knows when they will attack.
so what do?
Well,
I guess we make a beeline for the zebra lands.
well, no, we're heading to the bunker
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, true.
We can head back towards the bunker, head towards Nissa's father.
Well, technically making a small step at where Nissa's body is.
Yes.
If I remember correctly, that's near the first radiation area.
Yes, I believe.
Which
Okay.
is quite a while in the opposite direction.
Okay. So, you guys are gonna need to roll. Nasa needs to roll survival, and everybody needs to roll perception.
And we're also picking the pack bill back up. Just remembering that still exists.
Best.
I see nothing.
Okay, wait.
Well, I see
Oh,
all the
okay.
things.
Hang on. Let me.
I was in the wrong chat.
As I said before, I see all the things.
Nope.
I also see things.
That's just a pass by a lot.
Yeah, but you didn't crit pass.
Nope, not quite. One away.
Paige did.
Oh.
As
I
said
think I might
before,
have-
I see all the
Oh.
things.
Yes, you rolled a 3. Well, then, yes, I submit to the 1 in 200 chance.
So,
Yeah.
Paige,
Yes.
as you guys are moving out of the city, you spot something in the dirt not far from the gate. It's up against the wall, but it's there.
I go ahead and move towards it while letting the party know that I'm doing what I'm doing.
So, when you get there, it looks like a portion of a door. A very small portion. You know, one that it's kind of like you're not sure how you noticed it, considering even if you were looking for it, you probably would have missed it.
I'm sorry, another one?
I attempt to open the door. Or
Well,
at least
considering you see a corner of it and most of it is buried, then
I use magic to unbury it.
you have unburied the door.
I have unburied the door,
So,
and now I attempt to open it.
roll intelligence.
To open a door. Okay.
Because I'm using magic to open
Magic.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how they do the telekinesis.
So,
So funny. Roll intelligence to open a door.
Well, which way does the handle go?
Is it a push door or a pull door?
no, that sounds like something I would do to you, Petrol.
I think it's something you have
Hey.
done to him.
So,
Anyways,
as you yank the door with a loud, like, shrieking noise of like really rusty metal swings open and reveals a downward stairway.
My ears. Ow.
do we want to go ahead and explore this mysterious doorway?
Well, we go in and explore every mysterious doorway so far, so I think that, you know, it's just business as usual for us to go and explore the mysterious
I
underground
start to
door.
walk into the door.
What? I couldn't hear you. I couldn't hear over the sound of my ears ringing.
So,
I proceed walking through the door.
so first,
Oh, are we going in?
First thing
Yes.
you noticed, it's dark. Very dark.
Flashlights. Wait, am I the only one carrying them?
We all have our torches.
Yes, but nobody said that they were going to
Yeah.
use the torch. So
I, was like-
Yeah, use mine.
I say light.
Lumiere. No, we have the Lumieres too. I have mine.
So, as you guys are walking, you come to, another door. This one seems bigger and heavier and in much better condition.
I attempt to open it with my
Roll on a
brain.
-2.
Attempt to open it with my brain.
My brain is functional.
Page's brain
yes.
strong.
I can just imagine slashing, like, uncapping it, the skull, like poking.
Nobody's ever changed their mind and walked away.
Peacemaker
I
says
literally
once,
just knew I had to walk away.
but it's normally they try to do that on the things that I basically don't give an option on.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, for everybody that walks in, you walk into like what basically looks like a cross between a barracks and a foyer. There is another door at the end of the other end of the room.
Is there anything around in this room?
No,
Like-
it looks like it was furbished but never actually used. There is nothing in the chests. There is nothing on the desk. It was set up but never actually used.
So, is it how good is the condition of it?
Surprisingly good considering how old it probably is. Like all of the like bedding and stuff like that is gone, but like the metal isn't rusted. The wood is questionably well preserved. Like I wouldn't go sitting on any wooden chairs here, but like they look nice.
So it's a situation where it was probably sealed very well, but not magically.
It's almost like you're getting on with something there.
Which is
Oh,
odd.
we found
Given
an FCC barracks.
Yeah, which is odd given we're very deep in monarchy territory.
Yeah, we should probably try to look around a little bit more.
Yeah.
So are you checking the room?
Looking for tech stuff.
I guess
It's
we're
my scrounge.
more or less strip searching the room.
Okay.
I'm gonna look for tools.
What specifically is my scrounge? My scrounge is...
Search.
I think I crit succeeded with my scrounge.
You didn't have to yell search, Ellis.
I didn't really yell, okay?
I
I
mean,
passed my vote.
do I have scrounge?
Yeah, I actually crit succeeded my scrounge.
Okay, well then,
Okay. So, after a thorough shaking down of the room, you really don't find anything.
Okay.
So,
I guess we go through the door.
Yeah. Attempts to open the door.
go ahead and roll intelligence.
I am successful.
Yes. So, door swings open. Door is a lot less thick. And opens into a hallway with 4 more doors on either side. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, like left and right.
How spaced apart are they?
Pretty decently spaced apart. There's also a door at the very end of the hallway.
So we
So-
have 9 more doors to go through.
So you were saying this place has a
No,
barrack
there-
style layout, yes?
Yeah.
5 doors.
Oh, okay. I thought you said 4 doors on each side.
No.
But
No.
okay, 4
One
doors in
side's 1,
total.
2. The other
Okay.
side's 3, 4.
Okay, I was slightly confused.
I opened the first door on the left.
Okay.
Seemed like as good a place to start as any.
So,
I'm gonna look behind door number 3.
Do I do strong check or
No,
it-
this door was only made of wood. Inside you find what used to be a forge setup, and it looks like one that was actually used at some point. The anvil, on the other hand, on top of being a fairly large anvil, has been split in two.
Ooh, how did that happen?
Old age.
There is also a lot of like armor that does not look like it was made for ponies or any other creature that you're familiar with. In fact, it would honestly look more in like something you would see on a minotaur with extra arms.
Huh.
How, where is it? I'm looking at, like, the forge itself and trying to figure out how it vented. Because you have to have ventilation for something like that. Unless it
Have
was, like,
something vented?
It appears to be set in the wall, and there's no obvious vent.
I heard that, Argo.
Argo. Huh.
What are you talking about?
I'm going to... Because now I'm curious about this forge that seems to not have an exhaust for, you know, bad fumes that are made when you normally burn things for a forge. And I am intrigued by this.
Roll perception.
That is a pass by 2.
So as you're poking around, you do find a odd-looking amulet set in the top. There, I say amulet, but it's like there is no cord attached to it, but it looks like you could use it as one.
A medallion?
Yeah.
Okay, I poke it.
It gives a hiss and then explodes outwards, showering you in gem shards. And it stinks. It stinks really bad now.
You poked a magical thing without seeing if it was actually magical.
Well,
Also, roll
I
a health
assume...
check.
That fails.
Oh, do you think that medallion or whatever it was an imposter?
Yes. Take 11 points of damage. From
Ow!
Argo,
Okay.
shut the fuck up.
from sudden because it's
And
not
that
just heated, but it is poison fumes.
that takes me to -1. So do I have to roll another health check to see if I'm still conscious?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, that one passes actually.
So
We should try to be careful, is all I'm saying.
I
Maybe you should
thought
mess with
that would
things.
turn it on.
The of the back.
So, are you going to leave said room now?
Yeah.
Well, I'm opening door number 3.
Slashing, do you have any idea why it did that?
Roll
Oh
thermometry.
yeah, before I forget, do you still have those health potions? I might need one. I don't feel well.
You were the one who had them.
Yeah.
Actually, neither
no, they
is
were
true.
They were offered to her by the game masters or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, so you guys didn't get to keep the extra health potions?
Nope.
Oh, that was a scam.
I mean, they weren't necessarily meant to be bought in bulk.
Yeah.
It is a, hey, your champion is injured. Would you like to buy them a health potion? Not,
Yeah.
hey, your champion is injured. Would you like to buy them 8 health potions that they won't use?
I only bought 5. But either
What
way.
did you expect from us, Nameless? You give us the opportunity to buy something like that, we're going to buy a lot.
Yeah, but you didn't even bother asking if you can keep them afterwards.
Terms and conditions apply.
I will mention that the bits don't really mean much to us because they're only good here or with Flim Flam.
I'll keep them anyway. I know I'm not with y'all, but I'm just saying, like, in general.
Okay, anyways, Paige, I take it that was a pass on the etymology check.
Yes. It is
So-
succeed by 5.
by what you could tell of what you just saw, that thing essentially stored the more dangerous fumes and gases and most of the smoke, and when he poked it, it was so old that it just gave up.
Yeah, that was the ventilation. You poked the ventilation and it blew up.
You now have cancer.
See, I was thinking that was going to be some kind of magical power source for it. And it would be like not needing ventilation. But I guess that was wrong.
Comment, the ventilation is more for the combination of things, if I'm not wrong.
I mean, it's mostly exhaust gases from whatever fuel you're burning.
Yeah, you just got a face full of it all at once. From who knows how long.
If they were burning, say, coal, that stuff's not good to breathe.
So, Petrol, your door is the back left part of the hallway.
Okay.
And when you open the door, there is what appears to be a collection of metal skeletons laid out on the floor. They look...
Metal skeletons?
Yes. I will note that you do not recognize the skeleton because it looks like it is about the right size for a minotaur, but more slender, and there's no horns, and it's a very round skull for what you're used to seeing.
Walk into that room and walk right back out because it just reminds me of the Robopon that we met very early on in our time in this land.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Do you forget that I'm rolling the gun?
Wait, which... Is this one from, like, a stream that I haven't reviewed yet, or is this...
I think that's actually one of the next
you're
ones
nearing
up.
it. Yeah.
Aha, right, got it.
It was when we were in the Tower of the Two Sisters, or the Castle of the Two Sisters.
Oh, dang, yeah, I haven't gotten there yet. So that'll be a future highlights video.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Walk into room, nope, walk out.
What did you see in there?
Skeleton, metal skeleton.
So,
Oh, like from that one time, like a while back.
Yes.
So are we going to investigate it, or...?
Yeah, I'm going to go in and actually look around. Is there anything else other than the metal skeletons?
for the most part, it's just collections of the bones in like different portions of the skeleton. You do note that their like spine, though it does seem to be articulated to an extent, is mostly one big piece. But for the most part, it looks like they were building the skeletons in here.
I kind of want to take a piece and study it.
But also, I was about to grab a piece and I'll rip one of the pieces off, or if there's any lying, I'll grab one of them.
I mean,
There's something
they're in boxes and buckets and barrels. There's just random bones in there made of metal.
Pick up one of the boxes.
I open the front right room door now.
Roll strength?
Yay!
No, I was talking to Petro, who just said he was picking up one of the boxes. I should mention at a -3.
Oh, it's a guaranteed fail then. Not a fail, but fail.
Yes. So, Petrol is currently struggling to move a box full of metal bones. Paige, what were you doing?
I opened the front right room.
I was gonna do something. Okay, well I'll wait just a moment.
So, when you open that door seems to be a collection of slagged armor and bones, just kind of thrown in it as more of like a storage closet.
So I was going to do something I haven't done in quite some time. I was going to pick up one of the bones and see if I can figure out what metal it is.
Okay. At a -2.
Okay, so... Wait, where did I put... Okay, there's my specific skills. Okay. That's a. If I'm not
Pass.
mistaken, that should be a crit because both my smithing skills are 16s.
So,
But -2.
looking at these, most of the bones, except for the skull, appear to be made of silver. The skull, however, is made of a combination of metals that you can't quite make out, considering, it's a combination, and you're not the one making it.
Right, so it's some kind of unknown alloy. Interesting. So, does anyone know why they may have been making these out of silver?
Paige, roll
No
thermology.
idea.
Okay, let's see.
I get roll
there's a
thermology
magical
too.
reason.
So, from what you were taught, silver is much more accepting of enchantments than, say, iron, where iron will actively attempt to thwart things like that.
Magic, enchantments.
Huh. So these were meant to be enchanted. But
Okay, that is a reason for it.
okay. But then I'm wondering if there's any reason why the skull would be made out of this alloy that I can't figure out.
Roll at a -3 page if you want to see if you can figure out.
I yell out, I've got a room full of them. That
Nope.
might be something for you to look at in here.
I couldn't tell you even if I tried.
Because, we can agree that if this was a monarchy facility, it would be odd that there wouldn't be any kind of magical seal on it, right?
Just a tad.
Well, it's also a city filled with unicorns.
You also have 2 more doors to open.
It opens the back right.
Yes, the bathroom facility.
Okay, well, that's...
Opens the last door.
So this door opens into a very large room, in the center of which is a very elaborate magic circle, over which is hanging a set of armor that has been put together into one big piece.
Okay, Slashing, you're up.
Okay, gonna do thermology to see if I can figure this out.
-4.
It would succeed by 1.
So, despite being very unfamiliar with the magical circle, you're, after several minutes of studying and trying to cross-reference from things that you also learned from some of the stuff that you've seen on your journey, you deduce that it might actually be for animating both the skeleton and armor, because at a closer glance you find that they are in fact put together into one big set.
Metal golems.
Huh.
I'm wondering if there's any relation between this and the Iron Revenant, which...
I would also say that there is several, large pedestals at the far side of the room.
Okay,
2 of which have switches.
Okay.
I try to look over the switches. If there's any identifying marks on them.
Nothing obvious. Although it might be that one is to move it, but the second one, there's not anything obvious that you might be able to do with it.
Activate magic circle. Do we pull the switches? This is question towards party.
We should totally pull one of them and see what happens.
I walk back in after giving a metal box. Oh look, switches. And I hit one of
walk out of the room.
I flip the switch.
So as you hit one of the switches, for a second nothing happens, And then the magical circle lights up, and there's a deep thrumming sound that comes from it as magical energies circle up and around the armor. And for a moment, it kind of jankly moves about for a bit before you can kind of tell something went wrong as it suddenly stops moving, and the energy changes from a wispy to almost like a fire as it slags both the armor and the skeleton. And
I have my gun at the ready.
Okay.
That explains the scrap room.
Yeah.
That means I didn't know how to do the spell properly. That's good.
If you would like, you can search the room further for anything of interest.
I would like to.
Do this scrounge.
That's not one of those.
I poke and prod at the thing with my gun.
I succeed by 2.
For petrol, nothing happens. It makes molten metal noises and it's really hot.
I passed by search by 3.
So, for you two, you actually find it basically at the same time, but there is a hourglass-shaped, familiar gem-like stone sitting in the corner of one of the corners of the room.
I look it over to see if there's a button on it.
It doesn't
I
seem
can't
to
just
have an
pick it
obvious
up.
one.
I attempt to activate it using my magic.
So, after a moment's concentration, it flickers to life, and you see an unfamiliar unicorn who looks absolutely exhausted. We're talking, they probably haven't slept in a week. As he shoves the switch and says, experiment 472 of Project Huntsman, as the thing glows. And you see basically the same process, except this time the armor, instead of getting slagged, continues to jankily move, and as the process continues, it smooths out the movement to seem more natural. And when the circle dies, all you hear from the unicorn is, "Holy shit, it worked!" As the thing drops from the apparatus that was holding it up with a heavy thump. I will note that this one has a different design in armor than the rest of what you see throughout or have seen throughout the facility so far, as it kind of looks around, and a group of unicorns come in and basically lead it out of the room.
Yeah.
Does it look familiar?
The image cuts out after that. It doesn't look like anything you've seen so far.
Okay.
Did he say Project Huntsman?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know if it's related, but there's a legend of something called the Lord of the Hunt. And
We've encountered that already. I saw it.
Okay.
No, you didn't. I said you encountered the hunter.
Oh,
The Lord of the Hunt and the Hunter are 2 different things.
okay. I thought it was the same thing.
The hunter, the hunter is known for hunting spawn hunters.
As confusing as that is to say in one sentence.
Yes, but the
When the
Lord of
hunter
the Hunt,
becomes hunted.
it's just say nothing's really known about it because no creature has presumably ever really survived an encounter with it.
So you're saying
We get
we
we have to try and prove that.
I'll survive.
What? Paige, I couldn't hear you. Got stepped on.
If we come across it, we'll somehow survive. Considering.
I mean, I don't know. We seem to be on a extremely abnormal luck streak regarding encountering spell spawn, but at least the other spell spawn that we've encountered, things, there was some rumors floating around. All you ever hear about the Lord of the Hunt is run.
Therapet running away from battles.
Yeah, that's how we've noticed.
Like,
We had to
away from the first
battle.
scarecrow and the second scarecrow. I think the third scarecrow.
But
What
again,
about the fourth?
Okay, but the first
things are known
okay,
about
but scarecrows
scarecrows.
are very okay, but scarecrows are very scary. Got scare in the name.
Okay, what I will say is that of the more major spell spawn that we seem to keep encountering at an alarming rate, scarecrows are like the bottom of the pecking order. In terms of scary stuff out in the wastelands, they are not the scariest thing out there.
I do want to note that The Legend of the Waste is actually a book that you have with you. All of the party members that are
Wastelanders?
yeah, they get pre-equipped with this book.
Aha. Well,
So-
then I shall pull out the book and show them the page.
Wait, you just had this book this whole time?
Well, yes?
This would have been handy to know from the start.
I want to point out Doc has also had this book.
Doc also had this book the whole time! I will mention, pretty sure Doc probably also had one. Pretty much every creature in the wasteland has this. Oh, right, you guys...
Can one translated in Zebra?
It keeps slipping my mind that y'all, don't come from the wasteland.
I give Clinker like a psychic stare, really.
That is the
Actually-
entry that he is showing you, by the way.
I look very carefully at it. It's okay, so wait, I think this says run.
It says run, Nissa.
I read a word!
I face it.
I clap.
Oh, I can't believe the first word I ever read in Punish was run. This is so stupid.
Not too bad.
But
You learn more.
I read the word.
So, I don't know if this Project Huntsman is what created the Lord of the Hunt, but the name seems to imply there might be a connection. And that has me very, very worried. I mean, if you want to see, stuff that's known about other spell spawn, most of them have information on them. For instance, I'll flip to the page on the scarecrows now. As far as what's just general knowledge in the wastes for scarecrows, we have all of this. We have a whole page of information. But the Lord of the Hunt, just the word run.
We could also add the fact that they are actually necromantic or beings created through necromancy.
Yeah.
This is a fair point. We actually have information that we could add to them. I hadn't considered this.
They're created by necromancy. Maybe they could be easily destroyed by necromancy.
That's not how necromancy works.
That sounds like
I mean,
necromancy plus necromancy sounds like more necromancy to me.
we could always try fire. Fire works a lot better for me, anyways.
Are you sure about that?
I don't
Okay,
think
I turn to the
anyone
rest
to deal with fire.
I turn to the rest of the party and say, how many fields and or forests has he set on fire? Or she set on fire?
I think so far.
The Everfree?
What forest?
The forest outside the Everfree.
And so
It's
there's also
the reason why we ran into the Everfree.
Yeah, there's numerous hand grenade moments that she said.
Casually mentions
Of-
running into the Everfree.
Yeah, at that I kind of look at you with a look of surprise, and then it quickly fades. I'm like, yeah, honestly, at this point, I'm not surprised by that from you guys.
Well, the Everfree is safer than a flaming forest and a scarecrow.
I'm not entirely sure I would say that.
I mean, it's not
I
going to be
mean-
let's say my next sets on fire.
Yeah.
I mean, like, most things that go into the Everfree don't come out.
And yet here we are.
Oh yeah, we did come out of there.
Yeah, I will never understand how you guys are all still alive.
Don't worry, we don't die.
I'm still kind of surprised myself.
I have no idea how I'm alive.
So
I'm surprised I haven't exploded yet.
I think now is
I raise an eyebrow inside.
now is a good time for a water break. Go to the bathroom, do whatever. And for those of you that are still listening, I would like to urge you to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, because we all know YouTube isn't going to tell you to that I'm uploading. Otherwise, and sometimes even if you do ring it,
You took a burr.
you took a burr real hard. It's always awkward.
What
when
are you
YouTube
talking
tries-
about? YouTube is a small indie company.
YouTube is a flawless piece of software with no bugs whatsoever.
It's always fun when YouTube decides to try and recommend me my own videos.
It's
It's like, I uploaded that. Why are you recommending it to me?
It's
Recommend it
amusing
to
you
people
do that
without having-
too.
See,
But
you're
did you watch
technically
it?
subscribers still.
Yeah.
So it makes sense, but they need to recommend it to people that haven't seen my videos or spent hours working on my videos.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Anyways, water break.
Indeed.
I can only make like another half hour, 45 before I can feel my brain about to fizzle out.
So I was going to say probably do a little bit more traveling and then cut it off for the night, because Petrol decided that a 48-hour bender is a good idea to...
No, it's not a bender. There's a very big difference.
Caffeine bender.
Still a very big difference. One's a lot more fun.
Okay. Maybe for you.
So yeah, I...
I've never had a true bender, so yeah.
Also, for anybody that is still watching, I also want to point out that if you are enjoying what we are doing and would like to see more of it, and possibly even another campaign, subscribing to the Patreon that I have recently opened would help out enormously.
There for what is it? The $5 tier and up. That
$5
do-
tier and up gets to sit down with us at the end of the game for a short chat on like what happened during the game and all of that.
Yes, there is
Get some of the thoughts from the players.
and provide thoughts to the players because we know that we are lacking them.
Yeah,
I think our party has a collective 3 brain cells.
The issue is
I
that
raised
they
myself
move
this
around. They move around from player to player, and very rarely is there more than one in any player's head to rub together.
My
Hey,
current max is half.
Okay, Argo is the ones with the most brain cells at any given moment.
Well,
What?
I mean, there was also the time where, this decided to go and try and fight the hunter alone. That's not a particularly high brain cell moment.
I said
was
normally.
That was one brain cell looking for another.
Second man.
What do you mean? That was
I'm just built different.
that was a brain cell-less head looking for any brain cells.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just built different.
But if you are interested in that, I also do shout outs at the end of videos and streams for those that are
Giving enough money to be shout out.
I mean, you didn't have to say it that way, Paige, but you aren't wrong.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But then again, I'm also giving you money, so.
Yeah.
oh, fuck you. Nameless, you know she's got you got there. I mean, like, you're trapped in a corner here.
But
Also, that Undertale image.
when
It
everybody
bothers.
gets back, we will get started again.
Yeah, Nameless, me staying up for like nearly 48 hours straight is much better than me passing out for like 2 hours as a quote unquote sleep, like during the nights, because that'll make me feel even worse. I would have already passed back out on my computer. Like my face mashed into the keyboard somehow.
I would love it if he was just like slowly rolling his head back and forth throughout the while he's asleep, and so we just got key spam and then he hits enter, and then we're key spam and then he hits enter.
Or it would be amusing on a day that we weren't doing game. We kind of doing game right now, so.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's pretty hard for me to hit the tilde key whilst I'm past that, so I'm not going to stall like Ellis.
What do you mean? Don't worry. I would want that.
Yeah, it'd be fun to add you to the list of sounds that are just added to the bloopers.
Yep.
Because I think we're up to bubbling Gumbo, snoring Ellis, squeaking Argo. I don't know if there's any more.
Along with just the standard static and beep.
Yeah. I don't think there's a paged sound yet.
Oh, don't worry.
Oh, don't worry. We'll get one.
It will happen.
I'm sure. At some point, every single one of us will end up with a sound on that, list of sounds, but hasn't happened yet.
I just have one of my annoying, like, 5-second long stutters.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's okay. We're talking about doing the achoo portion. Bless you.
Oh, and achoo. Bless you.
I'm sorry. It was one of those that was just too irresistible to do.
I was literally playing back the audio while Nameless was listening, and it sounded seamless. Like she said it, and then Nameless said it was just perfect. It was great.
We were just like sitting there watching the editing. It's like, achoo, bless you. And that would have like 15 minutes.
There was a lot of laughter that was derived from that very simple thing. We are easily abused.
We're just a group of children.
Well, Hack's more so than everyone else, but sure.
Shut up, Petrol! You see, just because you're not wrong
Doesn't make you correct.
Hey,
I
Hack,
mean-
you're the youngest one here.
No? Petrol... Wait. Oh yeah, that's right. We established that you were older than me.
Yes.
Right.
So, right.
Yes, I
shut
am.
up.
Well, that's just because Ballistic's not here.
Ballistics
I'm right.
campaign.
I'm right.
Well, yes.
Shush.
So, is everybody back? Are
Are
we still waiting on
don't
us?
know. I think we're still waiting on people.
Everyone check in.
I just got back.
I'm here.
Cameo, are you there?
Interesting.
No.
That answers that.
That answers that.
Cammy's been tired.
All right. So it looks like everyone's back.
Okay, so
I'm like 10 feet underground, man. I'm not back.
oh yeah, Cameo's been burying herself again.
Oh, so we lost Loop. We lost Moop, and no one noticed.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Well, I will remind you guys that, at one point we lost Petrol, and it took us a while to notice that. Then y'all lost me, and it took you a while to notice that as well.
Character, I never went into the thing, the past the first door.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, when we lose Moop, it's never necessarily for like a horribly bad reason. Not like, oh, I've got to flown off somewhere, or oh, we've lost a unicorn in the middle of the night. No, it's not bad.
Yeah, as opposed to our Pegasus has gone and flown himself into the crystal wastes.
Like
Or
it's still not.
our unicorn has gone and got herself captured by slavers.
It's still not good. But it's not.
That only
horrible.
happened once.
And hey, I was also involved in that. Thank you very much.
Yes, we have established that Cameo does not get herself kidnapped and or run into places of much danger.
Yes. I just got left behind in a bush.
That was a you problem.
Yeah.
He's right.
Yeah.
So, I need a survival and perception rolls.
Let's see if I do another crits perceive.
I passed the perceive by 1.
I succeed by 4.
Oh
wow.
That's a cool.
Right.
Yes.
Well, we see the stuff again.
Yes.
We
Not only
can
do I
finally.
see, I survive. Also, do we still have Moop with us?
I mean, Alice can figure out where Moop is from that sort of roll.
Yes,
Every creature, head count.
Sai knows where Moop is.
So I would definitely
Good.
roll like
Where's
that.
Moop?
She really hasn't come through the door.
Okay.
She's in a hole in the ground. Again.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I not surprised at this point?
I mean, she can't go up, so she's got to go down.
Moop!
Give it a bit, she'll be up.
I'm pretty sure that we're leaving. You want to come out of the hole now?
Some fire comes out. Give it a moment.
What was that?
Somebody's got the sneezes.
Okay, I'll come out.
The dragon sounds sick.
Okay, I'm out.
Go over there to help, but I don't want to have all my feathers burnt off. That sounds like a bad idea.
Okay.
So, what did you guys find under there?
Not much other than
More
an
questions?
odor that may have given Klinkirk some cancer. We don't know.
What?
What's cancer?
Yes.
Bring over here. I have to check you.
Blow your physician?
I as physician casually checks her cancer.
Oh no!
That's accurate. That's an accurate roll.
No cancer, as far as you can tell. So,
You're safe for now. Now, be careful, okay?
My lungs still kind of hurt. Not gonna lie.
so
Yeah.
you
What
you
next? Is a
guys-
chiropractor brain trauma? Like, what next?
you guys do the travels. It is now nighttime. How do you set up camp?
Camouflage.
Nice secret camp.
Yes.
Digging like always.
Okay, so I don't know about you all, but I think this camp could use a flag this time.
The return of the flag.
This saw?
Oh no.
Saw, what have we said about flag?
Well,
It makes a very stealthy base.
Also,
Yeah,
that we
stealthy
gained
if you want to
party
find. Yeah, stealthy if you want more party members. That is.
Fine.
We don't want one of them right now.
Am I about to be outvoted here? Are we?
Yes,
Are we gonna
you
put
were
the flag
outvoted.
up?
You were outvoted.
No,
You too.
No,
be
no.
outvoted.
I don't want a flag. No.
Doesn't matter. You are not making the camp, so there is flag.
I just kind of look at the flag, look at the saw, and face hoof.
You gotta do the salute.
We've done
Yeah,
this so many times.
Okay. I just imagine it, like the end of the thing, and like
I paint the
sauce
flag.
finish, it's still a flag, though. But
I know. The flag is now coloured.
Also, roll intelligence -4 to do that.
Well, I thought it was a roll stealth, but sure.
Actually, no, it would be soldiering. Roll soldiering. -1. Good job.
That is a fail. Not a crit fail, but a fail.
So a bright pink.
Nobody knows where you got it, but you have managed to paint it neon colored. It is still camo, but it is neon colored camo.
What? See, the thing is that I've seen camo like that.
Yes, it exists, and it is horrible.
It makes no sense, but yes, it exists.
Alright, should we set up watches?
It's glorious.
Probably be a good idea that we have some watches.
We may want extra creatures watching, given the
What?
flag.
Stealth camp.
I'm taking first shift.
Some replaces flag with neon flag.
Yes, this is stealthiest of camps.
Skeleton 100.
I just like imagine the scene, like Nassau has put up flag, salutes flag, and Vigil walks up, is like, no, flag's not right. Takes flag down, paints flag neon camo, puts it back up. It's like, yes, this is flag.
Clinker's just watching all of this and just like shaking his head the whole time.
Meanwhile,
Yes, fair
slashing
that.
is in the background, and you're just like, yes, this is how this works. Enthusiastic
Yeah.
nod.
Oh my
Oh, this
God.
would be a hilarious little comic.
It so would. Oh my God. Hey, Argo! What a commission comic!
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
So,
I think I can stop laughing.
Who's first watch?
I am first watch.
I'll go ahead and
We'll
take.
also do first watch.
Okay, Slashing can take first watch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your perceptions. This is where Paige crit fails.
No, I succeed.
Succeed.
Both those.
Oh, there
Both
it
those
goes.
rolls up.
They just appeared at the same time.
Oh no.
So, Nassau, was that a pass for you?
No, I failed by 1.
Okay. So Nassau notices nothing.
And I'm assuming I also noticed nothing throughout the night, even though I succeed. Nothing happens during the night.
You see Tantibus is doing Tantibus things.
Okay.
Otherwise, nothing happens.
I set up it with Nassau. I'm sorry about your father.
It's just when I was reading the book, I thought it was similar to the voodoo, the shamanism that we practiced back at our homeland. I didn't know it was like that.
I give you a hug.
It just... He's gone to a point that I don't know if he is good anymore. I don't know how to think about him.
At least you have answers about your father.
He's done all these horrible things that I can think of now. Like what we saw. And I also found out my mother's dead. And my father may as well be dead.
I give you a hug.
I don't know what to do. I should have listened to you when you mentioned the stuff on necromancy back when we were at the castle when I first got the book.
I understand why someone would run away from information like that.
I should have listened. I shouldn't have got my hopes up about him. He may as well be as dead as the day he was shot. I guess that is the last time I'll ever acknowledge he was even alive. I start crying a bit.
I hold you tight.
And I felt yet again. I entered the arena thinking I'd do fine, knowing fully well that I could die. And I went up against someone who was more skilled than I. I should be dead.
I suggest just make the best of what you have.
I don't know how.
I'll help you find your sister. At least you know she's still around.
My sister, Moop and Xanax are the only family I have.
You can continue forward for them.
I miss Kalalu. I hope she's safe. I hope she's not undead.
I hope so too.
I cry some more. I suppose we should probably get the next watch, shouldn't we?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and wake them up. Why don't you go ahead and head to bed?
I'll go turn in for the night.
And who is next watch?
I'll do it.
I guess I'll join as well.
3 people on
So
second
3
watch.
of us are doing it?
Wait. Oh, okay. Petrol's. Okay, fine. Then I'll just wait till third watch.
So 2 of us immediately. And we both passed.
I'm going to be playing tic-tac-toe with the 10 of us,
Okay.
like usual.
I'm just going to go for a nice night fire in the camp.
And you don't see anything abnormal. Besides, Tantipus. Tantipus is not normal.
Normal for us.
Yeah.
Normal is a subjective term.
Normal is sitting on a dryer.
For this context, might as well be.
Raya?
So, next watch. Who is next watch?
Well, I guess that'll be me and Moop if she's gonna join. Looks like Moop is joining. And I pass. And so
Nothing happens of interest.
alright, well I'm going to pick up sized games of tic-tac-toe with the Tantibus, and also just leave the Ouija board sitting next to me in case the Tantibus wants to say anything.
I am kind of burning right now and slightly glowing, but other than that, nothing out of the usual for me.
I
You
would
know,
say
it's
that
not
glowing
nothing
is kind of out of the usual.
Kinda not normal.
No, that is normal. I'm going through the molt. It's normal.
Okay. Looks around at the camp, at the neon flag, the glowing dragon.
Okay, actually, I do not glow that brightly, okay? I'm not some neon piece of shit, okay? I am not neon. Like, okay? Okay?
We have one flag, glowing dragon, and Tantibus.
Listen, I can cover myself up in
When
dirt
is
pretty
normal?
I can't reach up to that flag and cover it.
I'm just like,
When the glowing dragon is the least of your problems.
yeah, the glowing dragon is the most normal thing about this situation. What has my life come to?
That moment of realization of what the fuck is going on for Clinker.
Look. If it makes me feel any better, I'll cover myself in dirt, okay? Hopefully this will actually keep burning like it did last time.
Also, does the Tantibus want to say anything with the Ouija board, or does it just kind of ignore it?
It acknowledges it, but doesn't seem to have anything to say.
Alright, that's about what I expected.
Good layer of dirt. Oh.
Also, can I roll to see who out of me and the Tantibus wins tic-tac-toe?
Let's see. Roll intelligence. Oh. Oh.
You don't have to roll anymore.
Yeah, Tantibus doesn't have to roll.
That's okay. The Tantibus rolled a 3.
I'm sorry, it crit succeeded, but my crit failed.
Yeah. You
Oh, that's hysterical.
You somehow end up, despite taking your turn, looking at a board where there is your symbol is in the center, and that's it. The rest of the board you have been ringed. How this is possible, nobody will ever be able to find out.
I just kind of shake my hoof through the dirt and just cover that one up before anybody else notices.
Cameo, roll perception.
I see that!
Damn it!
That's great.
I don't say anything, but I see it and smile. That's all that happens.
Me and Moop kind of lock eyes and just had that awkward, painful moment.
Moop's giving you the I see that shit look.
Nod silently, like it's gonna stay between us. Don't worry. I don't say that out loud, but I nod as a way to show that.
I give a look of appreciation.
It is now morning.
That was an uneventful night.
Yep, absolutely nothing happened.
I give this all a hug in the morning.
I'm going to roll perception on that bullshittery.
It wouldn't actually be perception. Trying to remember what skills you have. If you have anything that would.
Nothing that would help.
Then intelligence -2.
And I failed.
Yeah, despite your suspicion, you believe them.
I stare at them. Just No, okay, everything seems fine.
I'm giving the face that Applejack kept giving when she was being manipulated by Discord and lying.
By the way, are we supposed to roll our stuff to see if we get more health back?
Oh yeah, we probably should be doing that.
Oh, well, that's a fail.
Oh wait, I didn't need to roll this. I'm at full health.
For once.
The surprise! I actually was able to fall asleep without being damaged.
I am back to 0 health.
Oh, lucky, I'm at negative 28.
Yeah.
Minus 79.
I mean, I will mention that I was at like minus 30 something for a while there, so.
Don't worry, I was at minus 79, guys, so how about you all shut up?
I'll get better. That's fine.
But this lasted for how long, Petrol? While I was like minus 30 for a large
fine.
number of episodes?
It is okay. We can continue on now.
So,
Beat my end of
you guys are back at the foot of the mountain where the Scarecrow spawn cult is currently taking residence in.
What was the name of the griffin that we were interacting with last time?
I don't remember, but I remember of no concern.
Wasn't it like
What's
Ron
the dragon's name?
or something?
I just realized we do have something that they would find very interesting.
This is yes. You know, I'll bet you that if we put the thing in the right spot in that room, it'll perfectly line up with that room.
Probably.
That might be useful.
I'm gonna be totally honest. I've forgotten his name.
Oh no!
What?
You didn't even type it down.
We have the video showing Nassau's father creating the scarecrow.
I think Nameless is trying to remember the griffin's name.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't.
I don't think he ever gave us a name.
He did.
I did.
They did.
I
No.
think it was something along the lines of Gron or something like that.
I remember of no concern.
Yeah, that was the
That
dragon.
was the dragon.
Yeah.
That wasn't
Why
his
do I-
name.
It is now. It's too late.
Yes.
He said his name was of no concern, so his name is of no concern.
But for some reason, my brain keeps wanting to tell me that the griffin was named Kronk.
No, that was Silo Bigo.
It may have been Kron.
Kron makes more sense than Kronk.
Kron. Yeah, I think Kron actually sounds right.
Whatever, Kronk.
Literally one letter off.
Kronk would be
No,
funny.
I actually feel like it was Kron, to be entirely honest.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, sure. It's close enough.
All I can think of is just Kronk's voice now.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
Oh yeah. Lower plan comes together.
Oh yeah. So, by the way, are we near the radiation edge, or is that a different mountain? I forgot.
That's a different mountain.
That's a
Okay.
ways away.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure because that's kind of important.
So, do
Okay,
we just?
decide now? Do we give the
I think that of all the groups in the wasteland, they would be the ones that would have the most use for it, and from what we've seen of them, one of the least likely to do damage with it. They do seem to be fairly reasonable, all things considered.
Okay. So, 2 votes for give it to them?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind.
You know,
I don't want it.
I'll vote in.
Okay.
So, before we get into that, I think now is going to be a good time to put a pin in it so Petrol can go and get some sleep.
Yeah, this is a good pinpoint.
Yeah,
He sounds like he's about to die on us.
For
yeah, he does.
For those
Not
of
far
you
off.
that may or may not still be watching, like I said before, you can my
Support us on
brain.
Patreon.
Yes, there we go. Thank you, Paige.
Yes.
You can support us on Patreon and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, all that fun stuff to keep up to date with the content that we are creating. Remember, that part is free. Other than that, everybody have a great evening and drink water.
Shout out names.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm
Special thanks to the people who give extra money.
yeah.
Hi.
Yes.
Gilda Page, Haxorus, Alexander. I feel like Princess Starglow.
Starglow.
I feel like there's one more in there that I'm forgetting.
No,
So-
that's
Silver Note doesn't contribute enough for the shout out.
I don't.
But,
It doesn't need to be said.
Well,
even though I
anyway.
keep forgetting that.
yeah.
But once again, everybody have a great evening and drink water.
Good night, guys.